The bowl is here. Just how does it feel? Do you feel like it's a culmination of a good season?
It doesn't feel that. I feel like we're ready for football. We're ready to play a game. It's been a long time since we played, and I think today's practice was a good one. I mean, we were efficient. All the things we were asking guys to do, guys were showing good effort and playing hard. But it's one of those things where it's like, man, we're ready to play a game. We're ready to stop practicing against each other, and so we're looking forward to that. I think, getting here and seeing our opponent and getting up close and all that only helps further that. And so I think, this game is right on time for us.
Dave, how did everybody get here? How did y'all do in terms of getting everybody here?
No, good. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, to have offensively to kind of get the rhythm that we had. It's one of those things when you're in rhythm and the ball's falling your way and things are happening for you because of your effort and your consistency. To break that, it's difficult to get it back. Especially we were 2 weeks off, so to get it back on, we've had enough practice now where we have been, and I just know in calling it against our offense in competitive spots, it's tough matchups all across the board. I'm excited to see them play versus the Tigers.
That is a long layoff. How do you keep them fresh versus you got to give them some rest and that kind of thing too, give them some time off for Christmas?
Yeah, well, the majority of the time right after the game was off just for the end of school. So there was some time there for finals and to finish. And then once that was done, we're able to get a good 6 to 7 practices prior to Christmas. And then we've had a good week here since then. And so it's been good. Like I say, we're ready. I feel like we're ready to play the game. And everyone's kind of soul, we're ready to hit somebody else.
Hey, for someone who comes from Louisiana, just what would you credit this midseason turnaround that y'all have had to in order to win 6 straight?
I think confidence that was helped with a small win. You get a small win, then you start believing a little bit more. I think to have real strong belief without an evidence is hard to do. I think especially when there's a lot of noise and all this other thing. And so to kind of get a little bit of success and get a real strong belief can allow you to get a bigger success. And that's just continued and built throughout. Got a really strong challenge, though, with this team we're about to play. Just the weapons they have and how explosive they are on offense and then defense, the negative plays they create, the pressure they put you in. It's going to be a tough matchup for us.
Go ahead.
How is Sawyer? Has he been dealing with some foot stuff since the TCU game? And is he okay?
He's great. Yeah, he's he's in a boot the majority of the time. That he's not just walking around, but he's running. He's there's QB runs, there's scrambles, there's all those things where he's kind of coming alive and playing fast. So excited for him. I know he's fired up about this challenge. I think he sees the talent and the scheme that's going to be presented to him and to us, and so he's fired up to meet it.
If you said a couple years back, you said toward the end of your LSU tenure, you kind of maybe drawn inwards a little bit, working with the lights off stuff. Do you think that being a head coach these last few years has changed your personality or any way, or brought something else out of you?
To kind of grow up, I think that's probably the biggest thing. I think the football with pressure, or any job where there's a lot of pressure, you can get small and you can focus on the craftsman type things, and I think there's more to it than that, And I think for my kids' sake, I remember being at LSU and we were having a great season. You wanted to win, but it was kind of like we had to have it type of season. And it's crazy how just the profession we're in, there's a bunch of seasons like that. And so I think to handle it better and to not kind of close in like that, but to open up is really the challenge, because I think those are the moments with your family and your friends that matter. And so there's kind of some growing up to do. And so I'm thankful I went through all that.
What is, this past couple of years, what do you think you've grown as a coach in particular? You're having the season on last year to now be able to go 8-4 this year and have this midseason tournament.
Yeah, I think trusting, your coaches to coach. I think coaching your coaches, but getting them to a spot where you can let them do it the way that they do it, and you empower them to do it that way. I think sometimes too, when there's not success, there's not that, there can be control, and I think that's probably a bad thing, the more control you seek. So I think to empower them on the front end and to kind of, you're going to know how the story ends, but you want them to go through it, and it's better when they make the decision as opposed to you. And I think there's a lot of that this year that I thought maybe a couple of years ago that would not have been the case. So, yeah, there's always learning and growing.
Dave, health-wise, you in pretty good shape?
We're good, yeah. Trigg was fighting a toe, and he's back healthy, running around. Chateau, healthy, running around. So I'm excited for those guys. I think they've really fought through to have a real productive season, and to be kind of hampered a little bit, but now to be back is way cool.
What does it feel like for you to face LSU? Is it something that's really you've actually stopped to ponder in any way?
No, I mean, I'm seeing a bunch of people just tonight. It's just, it's really cool. There's so many good memories and such great people, and such respect and appreciation for all of it. For how my family was treated, and just all of it. And so, yeah, I'm rooting for LSU, except for this game.
When you met with Mac at the end of last season and presented your goals for this year, do you feel like you've kind of lived up to what you wanted to accomplish, at least this year? I
don't know. I mean, I think it's really important that we win this game. I think, to finish what we started, I think is really important. And I think, if there's some momentum going, I think you get that momentum by winning. And that's what we've been able to do, and we've got to be able to continue to do that, in any circumstance. And I think we do that, puts us in a good position for next year to go and win some more. And so we've really worked hard to win. This is going to be a tough game to win, but we need to win this game.
How much does it help you that you've gone through bowl prep now? This is your third time as a head coach, but obviously tons as an assistant coach.
A lot, yeah. That's big. That's been a big plus. I think that's been more of, hey, let's compare these years. Here's the start date of the game, or here's the date of the game. Here's what we've used in the past. I think there's been a fair amount of that. It makes you feel old when you look at it that way.
Where do you, I guess, this may be looking past this game a little bit, but now that you guys have had the season that you've had, where do you want your program to maybe improve, continue to grow, now heading into 2025?
I think the more wins you get, the more respect you gain. I think, I think everything's a brand, and so when they think of you, they think of whatever the narrative or the story is, and so we've got to change the story about us, and winning does that. Now, you want to win in the right way, and you want to be able to go about it the right way. I feel like we're doing that, but you got to win, and so this is a big game for us in that respect.